Hello guys. My name is Jack and I live in Scotland today. I'll share with you such a horrible incident of my life. This incident is about my wife's infidelity, which has the worst impact on my personality. I had such a friendly-based nature, but my wife's infidelity changed me a lot. I became such a rude person. I hope you like my story. And if you get a lesson from my story, then do subscribe and like this channel. I belong to a rich family from childhood. I had everything I needed because my parents gave me everything I wanted from my childhood. I used to get everything that I liked. If I like something, it become my ESIs. I have to get it. When I was in my college life, I liked a girl who is my classmate in college life. Boys were attracted to her a lot, but she could not look at anyone because of which I loved this thing of hers. And I was more attracted towards her. One day, she was sitting alone in the cafeteria. So I went to her and talked to her a lot. I asked her name and made some small jokes, which made her quite happy in this way. She started talking to me more openly and we both started talking like a good friend. After that, we both became good friends and spent some good time together. She was very beautiful and her words were more beautiful than her. Gradually, I fell in love with her. More and more her manners were very good. She told me about her family, that she came from a very poor family. She has told that her parents died when she was a child. Then her aunt brought her up, and when she was young, her aunt also left her. She was earning money by working in a bar and spending it on her studies. I told her about my family and I told her that I like you. If you like me, I want to marry you and I'll bear all your expenses. You don't need to work anymore. She refused and said that I don't want to be a burden on anyone, and she got up and left. I was very upset to hear that. I went home. My mind was very sad. I did not like doing anything. I called her and said that I didn't mean that you will be burdened on me, but I will take care of you as my wife. She said, "Yes, I know you did not mean it. I did not take anything wrong. Don't worry." She said, "I don't love you. But you are not a very good person. I like you as a friend." She said I need some time to think about it. I said, "Yeah, sure. Take your time. I have no issues." The next day when she came at college and she said to me that I want to talk to you about something. I said to her, "Speak up. I am listening." She said that I accept your proposal. She said I want to marry you immediately. I don't want to be in any relationship. I don't like it. I was very happy to hear that. And I immediately said, "Why not? I will marry you." After that, we started the preparations for the wedding, and the next week, we both got married. And in those days, our last days of college were going on. After marriage and finishing my college, I took over my father's business. I used to take all my wife's expenses, fulfill all her needs and fulfill her demands. She was very happy with me and we were living a very good life. She cared and loved for me a lot. But these things lasted for some time, after which it all came to an end. My wife does not know about my younger brother. My younger brother was studying in another city when my younger brother completed his school. He came back to Scotland for studying college. I saw the younger brother after a long time. He came much younger and handsome than before. My younger brother congratulated me on marriage and came to my house to meet me and my wife. At that time, she saw my younger brother for the first time. The three of us sat together and talked a lot and laughed a lot. At that time, suddenly I got a call from my office and I had to go to some important work. I told him that you both sit and talk. I'm going to some important work in my office. Having said this, I said, "See you," and I left. When I returned home, my wife was not at home. I called her but she did not pick up my call. After some time, when my wife came back, I asked her, "Where did you go?" She said, "I went out with your younger brother. I was bored at home." "You were not. He offered me to go out. So I accepted so that my mind will be refreshed." I said, "It's good in your mind is refreshed." After that, my dad's wife attitude changed. I don't know what happened between them that day, due to which the distance between both of us started increasing. When I would go near my wife, she would run away from me. I started getting worried that what was happening between us, that my wife has changed so much. When I left her work in the morning, my wife used to go to meet someone. I don't know who she was going to meet. She would not tell me exactly where she was going and when she would be back. When I would come home and ask my mate where my wife is, she would say that she went out after you left. I don't know. She was saying that I was going to meet someone. When my wife came back to home, I asked her, "Where had you gone?" The only answer would have been that I was very bored. So I thought to go to meet friends. She would have been quite surprised because before my wife has never met anyone like that. But I remained silent. One day I installed a CCTV camera in my room and I had connected CCTV camera with my phone so that I keep an eye on her. When I go to the office behind me, what my wife is doing, because of which her behavior towards me is changing. And next morning, I asked my mate to call me immediately when I go to the office and my wife goes out from behind after I leave. As soon as I left her office in the morning, my wife also left home after me. As I told my housemate, she did the same and she immediately called me and said, "Your wife have just left home." I did not go to office that day. I was near my home. As soon as my wife left the house, I started following her and I saw that my wife had gone to the same college where we both studied earlier. I was surprised to see what my wife had come here to go to, seeing that I went back home. When my wife came back home, I asked her, "Where had you gone?" She said, "I went to meet my friends." Hearing that, I believed her words because she went to our previous college where she had a lot of friends. I told her, "Yes, it's good to meet friends." After a few days, I told my wife that we might want to have a baby. She said, suddenly, "Why are you saying this?" I told her that you're bored when you're alone. If you have a child, then you'll be happy. Now, we must have a family of our own and the family is complete with children. Hearing this, she refused and said that I don't want to have a child as my child has many responsibilities. And I'm not capable of taking any responsibilities right now. Hearing this, I felt very strange, but I did not say anything to her and remained silent. One day, I finished work early. When I came home from office, I saw that my wife was not there. I called my wife but she did not pick up the phone. I opened my phone to see the camera recording of who my wife talked to and what she talked about. That's why she left in the morning in recording. I saw my wife sitting very worried to talking someone. She was talking about abortion and then she went out all dressed up. I was surprised to hear why she was talking about abortion. I started having strange thoughts that when I talked about the child, she refused when she came back. I asked her that, "Are you pregnant?" She was scared and she remained silent. I asked her again that, "Tell me if you are pregnant." "No, I'm not pregnant, but my friend is pregnant and she wants to have abortion. So I would visit her only in this regard." Hearing this, I became silent and she changed the subject and said, "Would you like to drink coffee?" After saying this, she went to the kitchen to make some coffee. On those days, I had to go to another city for work. There was an important meeting which was very important for me to attend and I need to live there for a few days. But I did not want to leave my wife alone because I was worried about her. I loved her a lot. When I mentioned this meeting to my wife, she said, "Don't worry about me, go to the city and attend the meeting." But I also noticed that my wife was not sad at all after hearing that I was going to out of city, but she looked very happy. I did not think it appropriate for my wife to go alone. So I asked my younger brother to stay at my house for a few days. I was satisfied that if my brother would be at home in my absence, my wife would be saved and nothing could happen wrong. I said goodbye to my wife and asked my brother to take care of my wife. When I moved to another city, my wife did not send me any messages whenever I call her. She did not pick up. Seems like quite busy. It was as if she did not miss me. When I opened my phone and watched the recording, I saw my brother laying on the bed with my wife. This made me furious. My wife said to my brother that this baby is yours. So I need to do an abortion. Otherwise, if my husband finds out, he will give me a divorce. So we should do this before my husband comes back. I was shocked to see, and tears came to my eyes. I broke my mobile in anger because I could not see anymore. Then I found out my wife used to go to our old college because my brother used to study there. It was not being in my mind that my brother has also taken admission in the same college that I used to study. I then decided that I would divorce my wife. I will not live with her anymore. I prepared the divorce papers and immediately returned home. When I got home, my wife did not look happy at all. I know why, because he was very interested in my younger brother. I took a bouquet of roses for my wife, and I also took divorce papers. I had taken the memory card in bouquet of roses. I put that book in my wife's hand and said that there is a surprise for you in this card. Go and play it in the room. She did the same as I said. When she played the recording, she was shocked to see where I had gotten the recording. I told her that I had set up a camera in the room to record you all strange moments. Then are you going to be a mother of my younger brother's baby? How wrong you did behind my back. I believed in you so much. I loved you so much, but you betrayed me. My wife started crying and said, "Forgive me. I did not mean to do that." Then I gave the divorce papers in her hand. She was shocked when she saw the divorce papers. I packed her things and I kicked her out from my house, and I told her not to show your face again. I also ended my relationship with my younger brother now. I don't know where is my life now and what she's doing. I don't know anything about her. I'm living my life and I'm very peaceful in my life.